What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Shadowlands beta is out and we're getting a clearer picture of what the game's going to look like on release day. Let's continue looking at what we can expect from professions and how you can make gold when you enter this Shadowlands. Today we're going to take a look at Alchemy, probably one of the most common professions. Alchemy is seen as one of the go-to professions for raiders, and if you're a new player asking in trade chat what the best skill is for gold making, you'll most likely be told to pick up Alchemy, and for a lot of good reasons. A huge portion of the player base buys potions and elixirs, and they're always going to be in demand, and that's not going to change when we enter the Shadowlands. I think Blizzard sees the strength of Alchemy over the other professions, which is why they're adding some cons to it, as well as new pros with the upcoming changes. Right now, how Alchemy works on live servers is you can gather your own herbs or buy them off the auction house and craft potions and elixirs with them directly. If you compare this to the other profession herbalism feeds into, which is Inscription, it's a lot quicker to get to the end crafts. In case you aren't a scribe, I'll explain their crafting process to you. So like alchemists, they have to gather or buy herbs, but they can't make their crafted items with just the herbs. Their crafts require inks, but these inks can't be made from the herbs directly. They need to mill the herbs into pigments and then craft the inks. Then they can make their profession items. That small change between alchemy and inscription is actually a massive difference in time investment required into each profession. It's not that uncommon for me to queue up so many inks when I'm crafting that I'll have to literally sit there for over half an hour crafting them. It looks like in an attempt to balance this unequal required time investment, they've added some new crafting reagents to alchemy called extracts. They won't be as vital to the profession as inks because potions and elixirs will still be crafted out of herbs directly, but they'll be relevant as they're required in the creation of cauldrons, optional reagents, transmutes, and the alchemy trinkets. Let's take a look at the bread and butter of alchemy, the potions and elixirs. A lot of potions are mirrored versions of those that we have in Battle for Azeroth right now, such as the 4 stat potions that increase one of your primary stats for 25 seconds, a basic healing potion, mana potion, and a combined healing and mana potion, as well as a potion that lets you drink for mana in the middle of a fight. Expect these to be consistent sellers throughout raid tiers like they've always been. The design of flasks are changing, and it's hard to tell if this is better for the sellers or the consumers. Intelligence, agility, and strength flasks are being bundled into a single flask that'll increase your primary stat based on your spec, and this means that as a seller, you only have 1/3 the amount of crafted flasks to sell, but the demand on the remaining flask has tripled. I'm not knowledgeable enough about economics to tell if this will make the average price of flasks go up or down, so I guess we're going to have to wait until launch to find out. Utility potions will still be craftable with the familiar invisibility potion that'll be guaranteed to sell well as long as people keep pushing Mythic Plus, and a few new potions like one that'll remove a curse, disease, or poison, and even one that increases your move speed while dead. But I have serious doubts about how many people are going to buy these because honestly, would you spend 100 gold to move faster while dead? I certainly wouldn't, but there could be niche situations in the game where it's useful. Also returning with alchemy are battle potions. The effects are changing slightly, but I'm sure it's going to be like every other expansion where people sim which one does the most DPS and everyone buys that one. Battle potions in the Shadowlands have a shiny new effect that are going to lead us into one of the new alchemy crafts, weapon oils. Weapon oils are like temporary enchants. You apply them to your weapon and they gain an on-hit effect for the next 10 minutes. Right now, there are only 2 weapon oils alchemists can craft, but I hope to see it expanded to maybe 3 or 4 on launch, with some more added in later patches. These have been seen in World of Warcraft before, but now they have a new interaction with combat potions. Your combat potions gain increased effects depending on what weapon oil you have applied. For example, the Potion of Deathly Fixation has a chance to apply a stacking dot that explodes when it reaches 5 stacks. If you drink it while you have the Shadow Core oil on your weapon, the damage is increased by 10%. All these consumables that interact with each other are great for the people that sell those consumables, because if a buyer cares enough about their damage to buy combat potions, they're more likely than not to also care enough to buy the accompanying weapon oil for the easy damage boost. Optional reagents are a big part of the Shadowlands crafting system, and alchemists get a share in the fun with their own unique reagents. Right now, they have reagents that make the crafted armor occasionally increase one of the wearer's primary stats, as well as a reagent that makes the crafted item increase the duration of flask effects, but it's pretty much impossible to tell what optional reagents are going to be in demand until we get closer to the expansion launch and the numbers are more finely tuned, and we get a more holistic idea of what crafted gear is going to look like and what role it's going to play in the expansion. Wrapping it all up, if I had to place a ranking on how much gold I think you'll be able to make from alchemy compared to the other professions, I would rank it an 8 out of 10. There's always going to be a demand for flask and potions from people that push a high-end content, and weapon oils just add one more layer of consumables for alchemists to sell. The new extract reagents may slow down the crafting slightly, but since they aren't used in the direct crafting of potions and flasks, they're not going to be a major inconvenience. The importance of optional reagents are still up in the air, and the available transmutes are still to be determined, so there's a small cloud of uncertainty around alchemy, but all in all, I definitely recommend having a max level alchemist. It really is one of the professions guaranteed to make you gold as long as raiding is still relevant to the game. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and I'll see you next time.